Right, we do have these weird field water planes jobbers. Yeah, seen this on every map. If this doesn't sort of prove you don't drive too deeply, well, if rivers are appearing in the middle of land, that will happen. Yeah, it really is bad. I've got to be honest, it's almost a shambles. It's that bad. I really have got to be honest. I'm not a massive one for calling anybody, but I don't think I've ever. It's sort of almost embarrassing to create content because it makes you look silly as a content creator because the game is just broken. In the last few days I've had quite a few, and I was beginning to think it was a couple of mods, but now the more I see these really strange things with like weird water like wandering around where it shouldn't be, I think it really is just giants. But there's things going. Save games are mixing. I've got like one of my let's plays which I could clearly identify. I was investigating basically because Louisiana, since one of the last major updates, it was broken, and I thought it was. I immediately thought, oh, well, it's my mods, and I thought, well, then they're okay on every other map. So when I actually finally investigated and on camera and had a look at it, it actually had taken Frankenmuth's placeables and somehow stuck them inside the placeables on Louisiana, and it had also said called Louisiana map, a mix between Louisiana and Farmer Bob's flat map, and I'm like, what's this about? Why are we getting like? But then obviously, as I was like looking at it as well, I realised that, well, it's not as simple as even that. It's far more than that. It's very, very much more complicated. Yeah, the one bad thing about this beautiful plough, but you can't really call it bad, it's the fact that obviously, and if you don't take these little mulch marks out, it won't plant over them because they are like mulch marks. But you've got to bear in mind that this is giving you a bonus that you wouldn't have if you didn't have the mulching on. So the workers sometimes pull the plough out a little bit too quickly, and therefore it leaves the mulch marks, which if you don't go over them again, it, as I said, will. But you've got to ask yourself the question, is it worth the bonus that you get for free for the fact that Ridiculous Dominic is the only person I know that's ever done this on a plough? So I ask myself that question, and the answer immediately comes back, well, yeah, I'm well, if I've got to go scouring the fields just to see if I left a mark, then I will scour the fields and go and do that. Now, we do really need a stone picker, but that's the point. Do we go for mine and have a bit of a Taz? Which one of these has got a front loader? Have we got a front? I think we bought I'm sure we had a front loader right early on, and that one of these has got that ability to have a front loader. Is it that one? I mean, some of them may have, what I mean is one of them I'm sure, and it wasn't the lurcher. I think it could be you. And doesn't look like it. Is it the? It's not mine. Mine definitely hasn't. Could be the Massey. It's one of those mid-range ones. So it could be that it has got that. We can't do it with the Taliander. I'm not being horrible. It just won't work. It's got to be a front loader, or a wheel loader, but we haven't got one of those. So this one is likely to not be. So is it you? I have a sneaky feeling it's this. It is. Yeah, it's a long time since we've used it, but I'm sure we never got rid of it because it's one of those things that I always think, well, you never know, one day you might need it. Well, that one day has come. Now, it has got narrows. I have also designed a right-handed greenhouse. I went into the i3D and I thought, don't you just have to flip it 360, 180, and that does it? I thought, well, I'll have a look, and I did, and it's true, that's all you need to do. So I've got a right-hand Guarbine as my first, like the one that I truly attempted to do first. Right, so I've got narrows on. So all we need to do is drop this. This has got the, I knew this, it was, we've not got the, you can't swap this, like for, obviously, is it, which one of the manufacturers? did that. I think it was yeah, whether it was swappable. I think it was DD Mod Passion. It was with his beautiful bit of kit. Right, so then for doing this, all we need to do is ask the store to lease us my favourite stone picker, and it's cheap as chips. I am beginning to think I'm going to scrap my idea to do the 9 meter, and I'm going to go with something of my own devising, similar to this, but to put a model on it. Oh, I still missed a bit, haven't I? Right, so then I know we're going to have to wade through water at times, because obviously, so it's a front load of tools. I do love these. I really am well pleased with this. Again, this is in for testing this entire set of the stone picker stroke. Yeah, it's still, yeah, the odd one of them still does that. Right, so are we going to buy it? Oh, do you know, we think we will. Yeah, I've got to be honest, there's certain mods you make, oh well, yeah, I say that. I'm really fond of this one. It's really good fun to use, and I know it's got to be you, the player that actually uses this, but it's really good fun to actually use. I really love actually tazzing across the field with it. So yeah, it's one of those things like the mover. I love using the mover. It is fantastic. It should as well have loads of the animations as well. Yeah, it has. Right, okay then, let's Taz. Yeah, I'm going to say my words. I remember when I first tried this on Oak City, the original Oak City. It was obviously much more worse and broken and not quite right, and it worked in places and all the rest of it, but obviously now it's been... I don't mean that there's... Yeah, you can like... Also, I mean, I've not used it since the update, and sometimes the update does weird things to your mods, so you can never really tell that everything might have been okay, and then all of a sudden Giants do some update and it breaks it, so... Yeah, I've been busy. I've been doing a bit of tweaking. The one thing I wanted to do on my time off, I was literally doing a job around the house. Now we're going to go through the water in a minute. Or has it gone again? It's sort of, yeah, it doesn't always stay in the same place. Oh, yeah, it's gone in there, hasn't it? Yeah, the thing I love about this as well is obviously the speed that you can travel across the field, because you literally are just sticking a bucket and grabbing the stones through it, and it's quite amazing. So I'm not sure whether this one's going to pass. I've got 2 of my mods failed, not because they failed, but because, you know, like Giants don't want them. It's not affecting their workflow or something. I'm like, well, I'm not really interested in your workflow. I'm interested in putting into people's hands a mod that is interesting, balanced, and all the rest of it. So yeah, I've got quite a few, about 7 or 8 mods in for testing, 2 of which now have failed. As I said, not failed as in like they're broken, but failed as in Giants just don't want them in the game. So yeah, I'm very disappointed. Not just in the general, but I'm not alone. I've got to be honest. I sort of expected it in a way. Now we also want to like get rid of that. Yeah, it's not Hispano. It was one of the big modders, Mantrid. Yeah, he had a very harsh time, but he was very humble in the way that he approached, you know, like Giants' reticence and the way that they treated him as a modder to begin with, and he was quite polite and kind. Or I just tell how it is. I'm not pulling my punches. Yeah, I'm not particularly bothered if I'm ever a Giants partner, because I can't speak frankly then. I mean, as I say, I've got to be honest, the game is shambolic. It's like this slowness to catch up with what I'm doing right now that makes the game look like a game. So if this wants to be the best version of FS ever, then it needs not to be doing things like this that draw your attention to the fact. Yeah, Mr. P, one of his favourite sort of bywords is talking about immersion. Well, this breaks immersion straight away, and it's out of your hands. because it's slow. Everything animation wise, it's got to catch up. The waves going across the maps, they have to catch up. They're slow. If you've like got your play balance that bad, that far out, the engine is so heavy, it's a fault. It's not good, it's bad. And these kind of errors where you're seeing the game elements mixed together, that's seriously bad. I mean, I've got to be honest, my game files were broken again. And again, I don't know whether this is... I've taken it on the chin a couple of times because I have mistakenly saved, which you're not supposed to do, saved like a file when I'm working on it. I save the changes I made right back to the base game, but that's only going to affect a model. I've never ever gone into the game and done anything more severe than that. So you can't affect the game seriously other than you're going to break an element of the game. Like there's a greenhouse that you've now, you know, like you've moved its position so it's not going to work right, but that's not going to make anything else go bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is I have done it, and I know I have a couple of times, and I'll repair my game files, which takes about half hour really. I said 10 minutes, but it's a little longer than that. I did it again the other day just to sort of make sure, and it did sure enough find errors in the game. And again, this time I'm surprised they did, but I thought, well, it could well be that the actual updates themselves break things. Yeah, I mean, it's just... This seems a little better than I've seen it in a while, though. It's almost... I don't know that you can... If you've made something heavy, I'm not sure you can make it light again. It's the engine is the engine. And if you've, like, tried to stretch it and make it do things that are quite heavy, you can't really make those light unless you remove an element that you've added. It's, yeah, like the... ground deformation, something like that. But I think it's more than that. Even though, truthfully speaking, not being nasty, but FS25, the graphics were quite spectacular already. So, yeah, I do love the speed that this actually does it. It's absolutely amazing. Again, because I'm getting used to the fact that it doesn't keep up with you, but I realise that it is actually doing it. It's just that it can't draw fast enough for you to actually do this, but it is actually keeping up with you. And that's what I'm saying, it does your head in, because it doesn't look right, but I'm now getting used to the fact that, which is not really a good place to be, the game should be right, and it's like not. So right, but I do love that. Yeah, it is. It's just great fun to use. This is. Really is. The fact that you can belt down the field, you know, like, and obviously as quick as you can with your tractor, it's sort of makes a job that is going to take a long while, it makes it take far less, and it looks cool. I think I put way loads of animations on it. Yeah, the effects, I'll call it the effects. Yeah, they are little animations, all those little effects that you know, the stones and the thing, I've added loads so that it really does look effective and you're not missing the fact of what it's doing, so I really like that. Yeah, I was saying one time, what I was wanting to do was my finish off my trailer, the animation of the unfolding, but it's sort of a real mind bender. And I just not had the mental energy. I've half done it. I have sort of done it, but I have not got the mental energy to battle with it. So I thought, just save it for another day. It doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. Just work on your other stuff. So I've been tweaking, you know, like the things we've got on here and stuff like that. And I've been tweaking the greenhouses, and I tweaked the guar bean greenhouse a little bit because I thought it was just a little bit. Should do about 4 tons rather than 2.5. So I just want to sort of see, like, after going through a month, is that about right now? Is it going to do about 4 tons of guar beans? Because you do need that glue. You need your guar beans for your glue. So in fact, I think we need to check out. I think we did it. I think we put the water in. I think we even filled it. So I've also changed the storage capacities on that, because again, straw was quite pathetic how much it can store in it, and I thought, well, it only needs to really store straw. That should be fairly decent, really. You've got to change that, so I have done. It's now nearly 500,000 litres, which is more than enough storage for quite a lot of straw. I mean, straw, you can have a shed load of it, can't you? You can have millions of litres, but I still think that's not bad. So, not terrible for saying it's not been time-lapse, really. Alright, let's lift that up. It does get heavy, that's why I put the weight on. It really does get heavy. If you're double what I'm on now, it's heavy. It really is very, very heavy. So, we should just about be able to, like, wobble between the two trees, I would say. And then we need to put it down again. Fantastic. Yeah, this is definitely better and more stable than it was when I first created it. It really was. You weren't sure. Obviously, you can drag in the ground a little. And I suppose I've done this a few times now, so you sort of get a bit of a feel for it. But it is good fun. I mean, bearing in mind that this field is quite uneven. It's on different levels, going up and down, and it's not really, a lot affected we missed a few stones there. Isn't that typical? You just say about, and it's dragging me now. Yeah, so we've obviously found a bit that is a bit more nasty than that's it. It's level. Yeah, it is. It's always when you lift it, you get it right, and then obviously it's okay, and then like you lift it to move it, and then you've got to like just adjust it a little bit. But I've got to be honest, it's well worth taking the time. Yeah, and it must be a bit heavy because it's, or is it because I'm going up a hill? It could be because I'm going up a hill. This could be that. You can't expect to whiz over with this and not actually, feel it, can you really? Because it is taking quite a bit of strength out of it, really, doing this. But I just love the fact that you're just basically dragging this across the face of the field, and that you can do it at like quite fast. Oh, we're missing a bit. We're missing a bit. Why are we missing a bit? Huh. Has it crashed? Missing vehicle effect node 5. And middle, no faces. That's my trailer. Index not found, unload info. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting, because again, this is another thing that had no errors on it at all. Now it has. So that's why it's like not working. It was working, and now it's not. So. Some of this is down to level, like, yeah, it's actually the level of the field. Right, okay. So I do need to pay a bit of attention to this, though, because it's now showing errors that I haven't seen before. So it could be update. But they weren't there before, I don't think, but I did tweak it when I put them in for testing, quite heavily. And the 9 metre was the one I tweaked the most, because it had got a few missing soil things in the wrong place. So that could be legit, because that's like saying it can't find one of the nodes, although you can see that actually it doesn't look like there are any missing. So that's a bit weird, because if you've missed a node, you'll not see something like it'll miss one of the soil effects that we can see that they're all there. So that's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, if it's missing, you'll not see it. As simple as that, because the game, you've missed like your index. It literally is exactly as it sounds, basically. But what I'm saying is there's none missing, so that's a bit odd. Yes, it's getting heavy. And the unload info that it was talking about being missing as well. When I like empty the bucket out, then that's your unload info. So I won't be able to empty it if it's talking truth. But if it's talking nonsense, then you'll see when I try to empty it. This is getting heavy now. Yeah, it is. So although you can go to quite a lot, the physics of this are quite real in so much as it's heavy. Yeah, because you are literally lifting this, so it really does become quite heavy. I think when we get to the other end, we're approaching what I sort of think as the critical weight, where it just gets a little bit too heavy for you to like do this. And I should show you, it starts to tip the tractor, but it also gets hard to drag, and it drags you into the ground a bit when it starts to get heavy. So, but again, it's just a pure example of some things that Giants have got right, and that is that the physics are actually quite right, and I do like that. Yeah, see, we have got the... It's a bit... Ooh, okay, that's a bit interesting. So this bit of the field seems a bit... Yeah, it does, so it's not liking it. I'm altered this, and yet it's not picking up in that sort of one patch, so it could be that patch of the field's a bit unlevel. It does look a little bit. Let's have a go. Let's soften. Yeah, it really was. Well, we'll have a go in a bit and see if it really... In fact, let's turn around. See, was it just that the actual ground was unlevel? So obviously that's out of your control as a player. Well, it's not, you can soften it, but what I mean is if it's naturally... yeah, it was as well. Yeah, it's actually getting it now, the whole area. So that's all it was, just out of level. But it's just love this. It's just such a cracking feel of enjoyment as I use this. So, yeah, is this the same? Is this also... No, this I think was position on this one. Yeah, so now... What you do is, if I need to squeeze past everybody, we can lift it. Ooh, so we're not that heavy then. Yeah, we can see it's struggling a little. Yeah, that weight is heavy. I mean, obviously, you can see it's lurching a little. Yeah, I tested this as well, and it did actually let the bail in. So whatever I did, yeah. So you can see I'm getting the dump stones. So if this was wrong, it wouldn't do that. Yeah, really. So I don't know about the unload info not being there because we've just unloaded. It's perhaps not something to the liking of the game because I'm trying to make a bucket into a stone picker. But I mean, legitimately, you can see the graphics. It really is as it should be. So it's not like I'm not making it up. It is specially. You can still use it as a bucket as well. But it is obviously primarily a stone picker, and it obviously has also, it has got other uses. Obviously, I've listed it as a stone picker because that's its primary function, but it still is a bucket. It will pick up other things as well, you know, like anything that a bucket should pick up. But it's still also a stone picker primarily. So. To be lower a little, I think I'm not quite got it low enough. I mean, this is a very roundy field, so I would sort of say with this kind of field that I would expect, like, you know, like certain bits of having to go from different angles because it sort of is lots of different tangents on it. So yeah, I wouldn't really expect this to be perfect on a field like this, really. Yeah, and you can do my old trick of like wandering around as well. Yeah, it seems a lot more, the stone placement seems far more level because they used to do that a lot in FS25 because it was actually quite, yeah, I mean there's certain bits where you can see bits missing so you can wobble around and go for where the stones are and it will just get the stones. So, yeah. Right, okay then. Shouldn't say long now, but it would have taken a work an awful lot longer than this really, so I'm not complaining. It is, and it is, as I said, I just find it great fun.
that might be another thing I was thinking as well that Giants might not like, because obviously I'm celebrating the fact that this is a game, and sometimes I think Giants are very, very serious that this is a very serious game, because they never, ever, do they ever do anything light-hearted? You know, anything that's a bit jokey. I mean, the Razek was a bit like a very poorly done mod. Yeah, that's why I was sort of I liked it. I liked its character, you know, but it was obviously it didn't even fit. The proper Razek still to this day doesn't fit in your 3-point properly. It's like too small, and I tried my best to make it better. It's better, mine is, but mine is not right either. But it's definitely right, more right than the Giants one. I've, you know, gone a long way to fixing the errors that Giants did, but it still needs a little bit more. But yeah, what I mean is they weren't bothered about that. You know, like their craftsmanship, they were not really bothered because it was a cheap mod. And so, well, that's the impression I got, because obviously, I mean, there are a lot of mods that are very polished, you know, and what I mean is like very posh, and Giants go to the amount of things that they've got in the i3D, they really do. Some of their modders are absolutely phenomenally amazing on the work level of detail and that they do. You certainly couldn't sort of say that Giants make a, well, if you look inside, what I mean is, you know, you get a definite feeling of professionalism, apart from the person who did the Razek. Whoever did that wants to kick up the backside, and they need to go and finish it off. Yeah, because it's a worthy mod. It's just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it's not worth the time to do the mod properly. It's yeah, craftsmanship. It's not about cheapness, is it? Really, it should be about. Yeah, I mean, my mods are all cheap, and obviously the reclaimed materials is the BI industry sort of thing. But BI also, as the board keep reminding me, they don't want to be just associated with reclaimed materials. They also do some very serious mods, and they do some very pretty mods, which they are sort of pressurizing me to actually bring those in too. You know what? So yeah. You will see some pretty models too going forwards, because it's not about, I thought it's not about your sensibilities. It's not everyone wants, you know, like reclaimed materials. Some people want, they don't care if it's a little bit dearer, they want it to look really nice. So you can't just sort of think that everyone's a start from scratch and everybody wants it in that way that you do. You know, you've got to like give people options. Well, you should do, because it's not all about the way that you want to do it. I suppose that's was always my point a little bit with Oxygen David. He is the master that he is, but like the fact that like the trees, you know, there were concrete trees. I mean, I call them concrete trees because you couldn't chop them, and you were like thinking, oh my life, I just want to move this tree. It just ruins this bit of the field, and it's Oxygen David, so therefore I can't. And like fences in the farm, and of course he's not alone on that, you know. But obviously Oakbridge, he completely did things in a way that I've never seen him do before, and I respect that, because he's sort of going against his what he's comfortable with, and he's like sort of going for the players like Cavalier Roy does and like JM Gaming do. Yeah, they are too mod. When they do a map, you are going to get things that are, you know, like they go the extra mile for the player. It's weird because JM Gaming don't half get some slating for his maps. Yeah, people are really, and yeah, I've got to be honest. I mean, there is one thing that I would say, and I would know that, but he's not the only modder that does this. Sometimes some of his fields need a bit of softening. He's like, he leaves ruffles, and so, but I think, yeah, but I'm not that bothered about that. If I've got to like just, you know, like soften the things, okay, it's still, he makes cracking maps. It's well worth the efforts to actually do that. but I mean, obviously, a lot of map makers. But then again, most map makers got the odd floaty tree and things like that. You shouldn't really mark them down for it. If you knew how long any kind of mod sort of takes to do, they are a serious commitment of time. I mean, my flatbed, when I first started that, I really seriously thought I was going to knock it together in a sort of short sort of space of time. The work that I've done on that, because obviously I'm trying to get it all right, it's taken an awful long time. That's just, I don't know, a good idea. I suppose that's not a bad idea, really. I don't suppose that is a bad idea, really. Oh, only you can't reach up that high. I was going to stick it on the roof, but seemingly it's a little bit too high for me, so we could stick it against the wall here, though. That would do nicely. Do love the detail on this bridge. It really is. MA7 Studios, again, another cracking modder. Very, very gifted modder. Fantastic. Excellent. Right, now then. Have we got the wall to do? Did we go through? Yeah, I've confused myself on what we have and haven't done. Let's have a look. Let's go down and see the wall. Yeah, so we've done all of the fields, done our stone picking. So, straw? Have we put this? Yeah, we have. It's there. We've just gone past it. If it had teeth, it'd bite us. Now, obviously, we do need to grab the square bales, but I think, how much space have we got in the straw? Enhanced bionic straw factory. We have. Yeah, we've got loads of space now. Yeah, it was 70 something tons. So let's grab some of these. They've been here since the year dot. Luckily for us, they don't age. Yeah, they still look as good now as they did the day we put them down. So careful, I'm gonna like. I do love the outtake for the fact that it's got this back bar. It's what I'm trying to do on mine, because I keep talking about immersion. Now I can, yeah, I told you didn't. I've tested this. They do go into there now, but fantastic. Let's grab these, and then we'll grab the wool. We don't need to go too mad. Let's just grab a couple of stacks, because it's not going to do it all over like one night. So we can do a bit of this every couple of sessions, really, until it's filled. So I don't think it's going to take a while. So I'm not sure how deep these spikes go. Yeah, I did have a favourite set in FS25, a really decent ones. They were quite cheap. I think it was Teddy or something. It was made it T3D or something. But again, it looks like he's not actually working on FS25. Ooh. Can we like push them back a little? Seemingly not. It's going to collapse. Okay. Yeah, that's not so good, but yeah, these things happen. I don't really like to go 3 high, but I think we're going to have to. It's believable. It's got its spikes in a little. I mean, we all know it's not quite right, and no matter how good you try, there's always going to be a little bit of lack of immersion in these type of things. So let's do another load. One more set. How much are we doing in there now? 150,000 litres. Then we'll go check the wall, whether I have done it today or whether not. I think not. I think we've had yet to do it. Right, fantastic. sure if you can go too deep. Yeah, what I meant by TCD TED, as I think it was supposed to be. Yeah, he had very long spikes. Now this would be where they would really come in, because they would grab that back one, whereas obviously the outer, you can see it doesn't grab because it's only as thick as it is. So we should be able to really... well, that was not terribly effective. We should really be able to go about 4 high though. If we go level like that. Let's grab that errant one. That's it. Pull it down. Ooh. That's not really what I was aiming for doing, but yeah. It will work. Right, fantastic. Let's go check that wall. Yeah, so what we need to look at how much guar beans we've got, so we can see how effective it is. You see, this is what I was talking about, that model. That model's the same model, like fertilizer spread is the same model, and on Pallegney, it's right. It's got that beautiful red and black. On some, it's gone silver. But I don't understand why it's the same mod. It sits in your mods folder, so how can it be different from map to map? Because it's the same mod. And that's what I'm saying. It's seemingly not. It's like the game's jumbling things up that it shouldn't be jumbling up. So that really is quite bad. Now then. No, we have got to do it. I thought so. Let's grab this. Yeah, so I've got a model that's got its... I do love that. That it really sort of does fill me with a sense of accomplishment, the fact that I did manage to do that, because that is all my, even the modelling's mine on that. It's obviously a copy of what Giants did, and my dimensions are the same, but it really is all my work, and it's such a sense of achievement when you actually manage to do something like that. Ooh, okay, I've not got that one. Yeah, sheep agree. Yeah, I've made a bigger sheep building house. Well, it's about 4 times the size of this. It can cope with 350 animals. So yes, for when I do, because I'm quite enjoying doing the sheep, to be honest. Yeah, it's been good fun doing this, and I mean terribly effective. And the rope factory likewise, really. What I'd like to do is a cotton... I think I've done a cotton greenhouse. Yeah, thinking about it, I'm sure I have. But you couldn't see it, so... You can't see the cotton. I think I can have another go at it now. And I might be able to achieve it. Ooh, it's a bit precarious. Right, let's grab this little lot. Then this is going to be a bit... We need to go for the back ones and ignore the front one. Otherwise I'm going to miss. Yeah. Come back for you. Yeah, this is sort of what I was talking about with Giants. Obviously you can see the wall bales, and if you've got a half-formed wall bale, it visually shows you that it's half-filled. But when you stack it, it's really full. You know, because it's like your Giants are just sort of hiding a bit, which is sort of clever. But in another way, it's sort of weird when it stacks. So again, this is what I was talking to yourselves about on one of the other Let's Plays, because there has to be compromise sometimes with something that's like modelling or something like that, because you can't quite get it all right. There's got to be conventions, and obviously that really is one of them. The fact that if you're trying to show the fact that some of your bale's missing, then it's got to really you've got to either go the whole hog, which is to have lots of different models, or obviously Giants have done the hiding method, but then when you stack it, it stacks on it as if it's full. And what I said was, if you were going to do that, what you could do really was like what I've done with the boxes. A box can have less contents but still be a full box. But I'm surprised that Giants, they obviously didn't want to compromise, but in another way it then looks silly. So again, I think sometimes there has to be compromise with these things right now. Then who needs this? Who needs this? Is it the rope maker? 25 tons and 30 tons. They've both got loads, haven't they? We need to be making the rope maker bionic. Now what I'm going to do, because it's obviously normal, is I'm going to make it bionic, but if I sold it, it's weird, the game sort of like robbed you. I think what I'm going to do is I'll swap the XML, but what, ooh, it is unevenly stacked. Wow. Oh, it is as well though, isn't it? It's, that's my fault. It's not the trailer of that in, that's the stacking. It's too heavy to one side, and the physics are right. Sort of, yeah. I'm not sure they're quite that severe, but it's definitely that they are right. Right now, then, yeah, we've got no choice but to carry on, have we? Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll take the money off and sort of like destroy the money, but we'll have a bionic fitted. Ooh. Yeah, we'll have a bionic fitted. Oh my life. Wow, that's a little bit nasty. I bet. Let's try and squeeze that away. Do love this. It really does. And I do love the brake force as well. Yeah, I tried to add the brake force to my other one, and I thought you can't. The brake force is part of that actual the attacher. It sort of comes as a part with that. You can't really do it. Yeah, this is a case in question. It's lovely to see the ropes, don't get me wrong, but you could sort of do the same with like what I've done with my ropes, and that's to do a picture of the ropes on the box. But again, it's that gaming convention, because these can't stack, but they are stacking sort of level, but they really couldn't. You know, it's one of those things, right? And have we got the grape juice? Do we need some more grape juice? Is it still good, or is it going off the boil now? No, it's still, yeah, still green. Let's grab that couple that we've got over there. We'll stick these on here too. Sell those. These are an amazing price. Right, let's grab those two. Yes, Pallegney's a reminder really of all the changes I've made to all my models and that since the early days, because the Let's Play's been running a while, because I've sort of done it in stages. I did a few episodes and then I went away and then I did a lot of modding and then I've come back and then I've changed my model, and obviously every time we come on, like we can all tell that that rope maker's a lot smaller than the original, because the original took up all of that space. There's a lot of space around it now. Oh, that's okay, there's more grape juice appearing. Let's have a look. How much have we actually got in storage? 3, 6, 8, 9. So that's these two, and no, it doesn't include the ones outside, does it? Although there's space for another, so if there was another, it would have spawned by now. So yeah, I think this is right. It is these. Yeah, I've not done this. I've not done these as 5,000 litre pallets, but again, I do like this. I do like the grapes and oils, and I like the grapes and oils greenhouse that comes with it. So again, it might be something that I do change. I'm trying to make all the things that I use a lot, all that are, you know, like quite intensive. But even the ropes, they now do a 5,000 litre. Ooh, does this one not do the 5,000 litre? Yeah, rope 1. Yes, obviously those ropes were already created. Now you can see that one says rope 1. If you see inside the building now, yeah, it's got a completely different icon. That's because it's not the original rope, it's rope 1, which means it does 5,000 litre pallets. So yeah, I've done that. I'm doing it to almost everything. So I've got 5,000 litre pallets because it's so much easier. If giants are insisting, which they are, obviously, that we are now moving to pallets as the main sort of thing for productions, then I'm wanting my pallets to be. If I'm insisting on manually like loading and unloading, then as far as I'm concerned, I really do insist that we want to distribute those, don't we? Let's just quickly grab those. Oh, watch this now. We know what would have happened a bit ago. That would have gone into the drink. It's now solid as a rock. Right, so we need to tell the mill to keep, not to spawn. No, distribute, actually. Yeah, we want to distribute. And that was on distribute already. Fantastic. And then if we just grab those quickly and stick that 10,000 litres inside, it should. In fact, we could. I suppose a sensible person would actually run it across to the bakery where it needs to be. That's probably not a bad thing to do. So there we go. That's that sorted. Yeah, it is nice to see things. Obviously, I was so embarrassing the fact that this would like wander around on the fields and not quite a bit too far out. Now the position of this is not quite right on the hitch. This one might be alright, but one of them, no, is this one? It's not quite right on the hitch. Yeah, you can see it's slightly off. I've got to correct that. It's close. It's not like a million miles away, but it's not quite right. Right, let's get this lot sold. Let's put the spikes safely. Oh, okay. We have an impasse occurring. It looks like we need a policeman to come and like tell them how to do this, really, doesn't it? Oh, am I going through my model? Yeah, I wonder if that was. It was quite an early model, that was. Yeah, you can see I'm going through that. It's not got collisions properly. It was one of the early ones. I need to put collisions on it. Yeah, you sometimes forget. It's one of those things that you get reminders. Yeah, I can basically put that through it. Oh, I have got collisions. They're just deeper inside. Yeah, I need to move them a little. They're not quite right. Looks odd. Obviously, it's like shows the ghost-like nature of the models that is Farming Simulator, really. But obviously, if you do it right, you don't see that. So, all my life. Wow. The wool is still spawning. That's amazing. So it's going to fit. Well, that's nice. Now, in FS25, it used to do that. It used to like basically respawn, and it did have stuff still in it. So that's quite amazing. Right, let's go through till the morrow, and it should. No, that's true. Have we got? Yeah, that food's fine. That's not bad at all, is it? Right. So then we want to look at the. Well, we need to make sure that the straw factory has got the water. Yeah, it has. That's filled. It's got 177,000 litres of straw. Guar glue. It's got guar beans 2696. So we want to see what that goes up to. Just check the sales as well while we're. I'm going to leave it. I love it. I do. But to be honest, the lumberjack mod does the same thing now, which is sort of. I just have to switch super strength on for a minute and then cut a tree and it goes into sort of wood chips. So it's sort of like I don't need that now, which is a bit of a shame because I love it. It is an amazing bit of kit, but yeah, Right, so 2696. Let's go through to the morning and we will have a look to see how much. So if it's 4 tons, it should be about 6,900 and something inside there now, if I've done this right and my calculations were correct. Which obviously maths is not my big sort of strong thing. So that's fields. Oh, 24,000. 120 sheep. So now that's serious dosh. It really is. Skoda, the Class Disco, the Anna Burger, and the Nosh. Is it worth selling and buying a bit? Maybe the Skoda, maybe, but I think we'll say no. Let's not waste our time. Right, so it's December. Now then, isn't December the month? Guar beans 4,144. So that's not actually done anywhere near what you were thinking. 960. I'm sure it said that before. Yeah, we have got both as well. So some have got manure, so therefore would double to 6, and then obviously some are just 3. So that's a bit poor. It's not. I don't understand how they work. Because obviously you sort of control this is a new thing. I've never seen this before. This is another, obviously the updates, because normally these, I mean, they do follow you. Obviously in your proximity. Once we go too far away, then it really will stop sort of showing it. But right, so it should be our bread. It should be the month of our bread now, is what should really be going green. Now we have got, so we've got the new bread and we've got the old bread. Yeah, so we've got 6,000 litres that's on top. We've got the bread. Oh, the clothes are doing well now. Fantastic. It's got original clothes, 3,000 litres. It's now got clothes 1, which is my new clothes, which is just clothes in a box. Obviously, you can see the box, the icon for it. So yes, that's done. Flour is garlic grape juice is on. Doing grapes is guar beans. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing over the guar beans. Pig food's like going up nicely. Rice, so really it's, I think we're going to quit it here. I think so. And also so the straw baskets are also, that's true. The one thing about this is you can't really tell, because you can see by how the straw boards and all that are mounting up that it's using a lot of your guar beans to make the guar glues, so we can't really go on what you're seeing seemingly, because it's actually using some of that. So the fact that you can see quite a bit of the boards and the straw and that, all of that type of thing, it's got 1,900, 3,004, 3,003, 1,009, so that certainly shows you there's quite a lot of like straw products. Now these I haven't done, these are all just 1,000 litre pallets, I think. Or did I do 5,000 litre pallets? Do you know, I think I did. Yeah, I think I did, because I was, by the time I made this, that was the norm for me to do 5,000 litre pallets, so I think I did do those. So the guar beans, they are the exception, but then we hardly see them, they go in and out. So yeah, so I think I am right. I can't really tell with the guar beans. I would say by the amount of stuff we're making from the guar glue, that actually it's not far off. So yeah, that's the lot that's in the sale. I think we will avoid it. 151,000. Oh, we're in dollars, Mr. Smith. You've not done your job properly. General, we want to be euros. Of course, I'll be on an American map next, and then I'll be like, I missed the fact that I've done that at the end of this session, so it's true, I should have left it. Right, so yeah, we do need to shift these again, and we need to grab the bread, so there's going to be a lot of shifting. Again, this is why I really think these want to be done too, because it'd be a couple of pallets rather than about, 8 to shift. So again, this is my next task, is to do these in sort of 5,000 litre pallets, I think, especially for the grapes and olives one, and maybe this one. This is not too tricky. Do I use a flat? I think I'm going to use a closed pallet, and I just sort of put a picture of a rice on it, I think. So yeah, I reckon that's what I'll do, and then these ones likewise, I'll just put a picture of grapes and a picture. I just think it's, I mean, these you can tell if they're not full, obviously, you know, because they're like not full. But yeah, I just think it's easy, and then I can get away with 5,000 litre sort of pallets with my own sort of special one. So, right. So we're up to 151,842. I mean, obviously we've put a lot of things down. We've got all of our stones done, ready for next year. Hopefully we can afford another field. So we're going to sell the bread. Obviously that is going to bring in quite a bit of dash. We've also got some pig food to sell too. So yeah, I mean, we can see 52,900 enclosed so far. It's, yeah, so that, but that's not, we don't worry about that just yet. Honey soon should come into its own, and that's quite a lot of cash in that one. And there's often hidden ones. I think that's everything, I think. And obviously we've also now got the straw baskets, which they're January too, so really they are about ripe. So we can't sell those. They'll be building up for next year because they're less than 5,000 litre pallets. So yeah, we can't do those. Rope is going to be a little bit slower, but that's what I'd like to do on camera. We want a bionic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the XML to a bionic in the background, so which means I really need to spend I think it's 27 to 47,000, so it's another 20 grand. So we're going to do that now. We're going to pay for the upgrade by minusing 20,000. Minus 20,000. There we go. 131,842. So next time we come in, that should be a bionic, and I'm going to do it right straight away so as I don't forget. Yes, so all that remain. Oh, I've got that the wrong way round. My bad. And it's right on the other one. Go figure. Right. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.